Hey guys, we have some stuff going on. And also, I realized just like 2 minutes ago that it is already Wednesday and I haven't made any content, either TikToks or videos this week. Like, what the heck? So I figured, time to grab the camera and make a video. Also, somewhat big news, we're doing some massive renovations to the middle of our building. They're gonna be building like a kibanda in the middle, which we can use for classroom and a dining room and, you know, just another space. So it looks like this. Anywho, that's most of the new stuff that's going on around here. But today I wanted to tackle an interesting thought that I had. The Canon RP has the ability to shoot 4K. So why is it that when I'm filming my YouTube videos, I film in 1080? Okay, so there's three major reasons why I don't film in 4K on this camera. So although the RP can handle and film 4K footage, there is a couple of distinct reasons why I choose not to. First of all, a lot of devices these days can only show 1080p. If you're not familiar with what that is, it basically just means HD base quality. So that's probably the highest quality that most regular smartphones and old school TVs and monitors can show. For example, my phone shows a 1080p monitor. It's very basic. So that is the resolution that most people are going to be watching in. Only people now in first world countries who are more well off tend to have 2K or 4K monitors, and I believe there's a few phones that now have 2K or 4K screens. So unless you have one of those devices, the maximum resolution you're going to be able to watch my videos in is 1080p anyway. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be filming 4K. Second reason is it takes up tons of space. 4K footage is like 3 times as large as the same length of clips in single HD. And that means that 1, your storage drives are more full, but 2, your computer seems to edit slower. I don't have the top of the line computer, but I definitely don't have a bad one by any means. But my computer struggles sometimes with raw footage or super high difficult codecs from Canon sometimes, and even 4K footage or flat footage on the drone, D-Log, C-Log, that kind of thing, is difficult for me to edit. So for the sake of keeping my computer from exploding and bursting into flames, I choose not to shoot in 4K and not to edit in 4K. But what I do is I film in 1080 and then upscale the footage to an upscaled 4K. Now this means it's not quite as good as if I had filmed in 4K, but it helps to increase the render quality and gives you the 4K option on YouTube, which is downscaled from your original footage anyway. Third reason, and this one is super, super critical, and I want to demonstrate it to you. The Canon RP cannot film full frame 4K. When you film in 4K, it crops down to about what an APS-C sensor looks like. So that means instead of having this wide field of view, instead it looks like this. Now, to me, that big of a gap in zoom, it's basically like I'm filming on a 50mm lens. And I need that extra gap, especially when I'm vlogging, for clips where I'm walking and talking like this. And if I was filming in 4K, your vlog footage now looks like this, which isn't much of a vlog in the first place, because all you can see is my head. As opposed to this, where it really feels like you're part of the experience with me. And a 15mm lens would do that even more. So that's why I plan to buy an even wider lens in the future. But you might say, now Nehemiah, doesn't it drastically change the quality of your footage? I really don't know. I have never spent the time to actually film that much B-roll and stuff in 4K. So for your guys' sake, right now, I'm going to film a whole bunch of clips in 1080 and a whole bunch of clips in 4K, the exact same, and I'll put them side by side, and you guys can put in your guesses, and we'll see which one is better. Can you actually tell the difference between the 4K and the 1080 when I film on the RP? So for the sake of being completely fair, here's a stable shot, not moving at all, of me talking. This is in 1080p, and you gotta wait for it forever to focus. The autofocus does not work well in 4K. This is 4K. So this is just to compare the two footages side by side. Yeah, what do you think? Which one is better? As I started filming, I realized another noteworthy reason why I don't film in 4K is in 4K, I only have 24 frames per second. I don't have the smoother, more stable 60 frames a second. So that makes especially B-roll difficult. Because one, you can't slow it down, and two, it's a lot more unstable, even with the maximum stabilization possible on the camera activated. So I don't know if you guys could see the difference between those two clips. Many of them seem very close, in my opinion. Again, I haven't watched the footage yet rendered, so I wouldn't know 100%. If I'm wrong, I'll obviously put a note. But what I definitely wanted to mention is another big problem I noticed now when I was filming with the 4K is it takes forever for the autofocus to work. In 4K, the autofocus simply just does not work. So those are some of the reasons why I would say 4K, at least on the Canon RP, is not the best and definitely not for me. Now, for some people, if you have really strong computers and your camera can film 4K without the crop and without the difficulty in focusing, and you like to upload super quality 4K for your viewers, that's awesome. And I would totally encourage people to do that. But as you can see, at least for me in my situation, it's not really needed. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to my channel. That kind of stuff helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it. See you guys in the next video.